Okay guys, so before I leave to go get groceries, well I have to shower first, I kind of wanted to tell you something that happened yesterday at work. Okay, so this customer came in and she purchased something and she went outside, she came back into the store and she's like, I did something really stupid, I can't believe I did this, but I locked myself out of my car. And like, I've been there and, you know, we didn't really have like a ton of people in line, so I think I had like one person. So I finished with that person and then I was like, you know, I asked my manager, do we have a phone book? And he's like, no. And just like looked down and started helping the other customer. Like, that was kind of annoying. But then I was like, okay, well, he was a lot of freaking help. Sorry. Really aggravated. I was like, okay, so I pulled out my phone because he was like, oh, she can go to 7-Eleven or something. It was storming outside, like raining, pouring, super windy, like it could knock you over kind of wind. Dangerous situation. I wasn't gonna make her cross the street in a bad area. Like, the area that I work in is horrible. Like, people OD and like get killed. So anyways, so I pulled out my phone, I tried to Google locksmiths and I couldn't, did I find one? No, I couldn't find one, so I called, you know, 411 on my phone, which they have a free 411 number, and I can actually put it down here so you guys don't have to pay for 411. But anyways, so I called them, I got a number to a locksmith, and I gave it to her, and I said, hey, you know, because I saw my manager, like, getting annoyed with me, and I was like, if they can't come help you, I was like, ask him if there's someone else. So the line started building again. And while I had a customer, she was like, he said that he can't come, it'll be like 2 hours. I'm really worried, my dog doesn't have any air in the car. I mean, it's pouring raining out. Why would you leave your windows down? You know what I mean? So, like, she was just supposed to be in and out really quick. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I was like, let me, you know, get the line down and then I'll help you. And there was like 6 customers in line and boom, 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 boom. I got all of them out with good customer service, I might add. And so I did that. Then I was like, okay, I was like, you know what I'm going to have you do? I'm like, go to pharmacy, ask them if they have a phone book. So it kind of bought me some time to figure out what I wanted to do. I said, if you can't figure anything out, I'll let you use my AAA. I have a AAA gold card. I haven't used it, knock on wood. Thank God, literally. And it's almost the end of the year, and I think it like renews every year, so you get more usage from it. And so, you know, it's not just because her dog was in the car. I mean, I felt bad for the woman. It was gross outside, and I'm not going to make her wait and then pay like a few $100 just to get a locksmith. So she went to the pharmacy. I had probably like 4 more customers. I add that it was me. I only had a 3-hour shift. 3 hours, and it was only me and the supervisor that was on duty. Now, that is not my fault that they didn't schedule enough people, and I think it's kind of ridiculous that there was just me and him because it was obviously really busy. And at one point during the night, the line was building up and I had to call for backup because the other person, the supervisor, and then someone who was working in pharmacy were just talking in the aisles. It was ridiculous. So anyways, beside all of that happening, so she comes back up and I say, okay, I'll let you use my AAA card. While I was doing this, I specifically remember that there were no customers in line. One guy came up as I was on the phone with AAA and I was like, I can help you over here, you know, kind of whispering it because the supervisor was like in there. I don't know what he was doing. And he was like, oh, I can help you over here, sir. He was like, I'm sorry about that. Like, me being on the phone is such a bad thing. Like, at least I'm trying to help someone and do my job at the same time. Anyways, so past that. I get on the phone, I talk to the man who was like super nice. I tell him I need a locksmith. He said, we don't, you know, use locksmiths. We can go ahead and get in your car. What is it? Blah, blah, blah. So I asked her, make and model, all of that. Meanwhile, the manager or the supervisor is taking care of the customers. And there was probably like, I don't know, maybe 4 customers or something. Like, you are allowed, like, you can let 3 build up in line, and then you call for backup. So I'm trying to help this lady whose dog is in the car, who doesn't have air to breathe because if the windows are all rolled up, he's probably freaking out. I was being a good person. So I get off the phone, cash out more customers. I said they'll be on their way within the hour. And she was like, oh, thank you so much. I can give you $10. I'm like, no, it's fine. It's totally fine. I understand. it's fine. And so everyone leaves, and then the supervisor says to me, you know, that was really nice, and you went up, you know, you went beyond, but it was a bit much. His quote, quote unquote, this is what he said, it was a bit much. Are you telling me that you stress for us to stress out and help customers to the point where we have to like force them to give their emails to us so we can get, you know, customer satisfaction and all of this stuff, and go above and beyond and stand at the door and greet the customers, ask them if they need help, walk them to the aisles, which all of this I do. I got 2 emails yesterday and 1 email the day before. If you shop at CVS, make sure you give your email, because if not, the person that asked you might get fired. So yeah, it was a bit much. I'm like, okay. That's all I said, because what I wanted to say wasn't very nice. And I'm like, she had her dog in the car. And he's like, I understand that. And I just completely blocked him out, because that is so ridiculous. If it was a child in the car, like, would you say the same thing? Would you be like, oh no, that's not okay, blah, blah, blah. Like, what is your problem? I'm a good person. I am not ever am I going to stop being a good person because someone thinks that it's the wrong thing to do. That is messed up. And I think that's completely wrong. And I wrote CVS, I wrote them on Facebook because I'm so tired of calling human resources. And let's see, nope, they haven't read it yet. And I posted the thing on Twitter, and I'm just so frustrated. Like, it's just completely ridiculous. I did go above and beyond because that's what I do, and I'm a good person, so I actually added that in there too. And most people would be like, wow, you know, that was a really great thing to do. And instead, the people who work for CVS like to bring you down and tell you, oh, that was a bit much. What the heck? You know, and beside that happening, what was it, like a few days before, because, you know, I only work like 1 day a week now. A few days before, I got spoken to because a supervisor at another store blatantly lied to my manager and told him things that I never said or did. So that's fantastic. I definitely would suggest not working for CVS if you like don't want to be stressed out, because this is so ridiculous, and I'm just like so over it. And I've called, you know, the CVS ethics line, and I doubt they're gonna like do anything. So I might have to go to corporate, and it's just really frustrating because I just want to like transfer and be done with this. It's so ridiculous and so petty, and I just like wanted to tell you guys that. That was like my little rant for my vlog. But it's like how dare you? How dare you tell someone that them being a good person is a bit much? I mean, word it a little differently maybe, but yeah, that's like super stupid. So anyways, I just want to tell you guys that I really have to get going because, yeah, it's like 9:42 now. So that's that. I'm going to talk to you guys after I get groceries.